Jeff Lewis is with us tonight. He specializes in First Amendment law. Jeff, it is illegal in the U.S. to threateningly approach a judge or their property, quote, by threats or force or by any threatening letter or communication which influences, obstructs, or impedes or endeavors to influence, obstruct, or impede the due administration of justice. These protesters are on these justices' doorsteps, screaming at them about official court business. You have the man who says he came to kill Kavanaugh because he wanted to change the outcome of this Roe case. Are these protests legal?
Not strictly, in the sense that you're right. There are laws on the books, both federal laws and local county laws, that forbid protests at a judge's home, especially when they're clearly intended to influence the outcome of a judicial proceeding. But the real question is, given that these laws are on the books that make this conduct illegal, why haven't any officers made arrests? Why haven't any prosecutors made charges? And would a judge find someone guilty of a crime for protesting outside a justice's home?
Okay, and I want to follow up on that, like why it's happening or not happening in a moment, but I also wanted to ask you about this Twitter account, because this is not in person, but there's this account called Ruth Sent Us, as in Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's been posting information like Amy Coney Barrett's church attendance schedule. It has information about her children's school, which is a religious school. Is that acceptable?
If a prosecutor could prove that the tweeter or the Twitter person had tweeted the tweet with the intent of influencing the outcome of the case, there's an argument that that person who tweeted had bears some responsibility, God forbid some harm could befall a justice from somebody who follows what that tweet did.
Okay, so that comes down to intent. I could say, you know, hey, this guy I don't like, he happens to be on this street corner this day at this time. You know, it'd be horrible if anything bad happened to him, but if you can't prove I intended something bad to happen, I'm okay.
Yeah, it all comes down to intent. If you say, Twitter, do your thing, that's a little more vague. But if you say somebody should teach this justice a lesson and tell them how we feel about abortion rights, well, maybe that's something different.
Okay, then let's get to action. The First Amendment is deeply, dearly held. It is so important in court to America. An independent judiciary is also very important. Do justices need more protection? Should these laws be prosecuted?
You know, it's an interesting question. You know, the First Amendment is deeply entrenched in our history, but it is not absolute. Protesters can be curtailed. And the question is, where is the line between what protesters are allowed to do and where it crosses the line in terms of safety of justices? Is it at their home? Is it at the courthouse? There's been talk of a blockade around the courthouse to impede egress and ingress to the courthouse. That's the question of where the safety of the justices becomes paramount. And I don't know where that line is.
And it is worth noting one federal judge, her child was killed not too long ago at her home after, you know, a former litigant was there. Jeffrey Lewis, thank you.
Thank you.